where it's going to close the post office. I looked at the sign out here, it's not out here at the corner. That's the only sign I regularly see.
So the area that I'm going to correct is that it has been the water department that has paid the town's bill for the last 17 years.
The town's billed for the water company. Okay, do you agree with that?
I understand what you're saying. What I'm saying is it is not a loan the water department took out. And yet,
Because they can't take it out.
they can. They actually can. The governing body for the legislative body is the Selectmen. The independent governing body for the water department is the Water Commission.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Gerald, you have an RSA that says the water board can take out loans. Is there a state law that says you can do that?
Well, I can point to an example where the water commissioner applied for a loan in 2012 to modify the 2009 loan. That was not done by the town. That was not done after a town meeting. That was not done through a warrant article. That was done by the water commissioner at the time.
So back in, go ahead, Harold.
Out of that total amount, 800 and whatever, what is it, 800 some thousand? How much of that into the water department?
Every penny of the $850,000
Where is it? Why is the system in such a shit show? If all that money went into the water system over the last 17 years, that water system should be way better than it is.
Well,
They put the road up to the water department, up to the tower, and refurbish the tower, and put some line, and that's it. What's that, $300,000-$400,000?
There were multiple contracts
Where's the rest of the money?
with multiple contractors. There was one contract for the water main replacement around Newchester Road, from the corner of Newchester and Preston over to the corner of Pine and Preston. That entire water main was replaced all the way around as part of that project. The water tank was blasted, repainted, all the lead paint that was on it was removed and disposed of. There's no longer any lead paint on the water tank. The road up to the water tank, the 8-inch main under the road, just past the gas station, almost up to the power line, was replaced at the time the road was being worked on. Water meters were installed in every single residence. 2012 was a refinancing of the existing bond that was done by the municipal bond bank to lower the interest costs. Yes, it was, Charles.
Was not, there, that was 2019.
The bond has been refinanced.
Refinancing of the bond was 2019. 2012 was a separate bond, $415,600.
The initial bond to USDA Rural Utility Service was issued out of the original project. USDA Rural Utility Service wanted to get out of the bond business. They approached the bond bank to have the bond bank take things over. That was done. Papers were duly signed authorizing the refinancing. There was another refinancing that was done to reduce the interest rates, and then there was a second refinancing done to reduce the interest costs.
Why is the interest rate still 40%?
So it's not 40%.
So there's an email from Tammy St. Julius. She is the executive director of the New Hampshire Municipal Bond Bank. When the town applied for this loan to refinance the existing USDA loan, the resolution authorizing issuance of refunding bonds was approved and signed July 30, 2012, and I have attached it. The town did not need to go back to the voters to approve the refinancing of this bond under RSA 33:3-D. This RSA states that as long as the principal amount is not increased and the term of the bond is not created beyond the original maturity date, the refinancing resulted in net present value savings, and the refinancing was approved by the governing body. PG, the select board, or town council. You do not need to go to the voters. The municipal governing body has the authority to issue refunding bonds without additional voter approval if the purpose is to reduce interest costs, which it was.
We have a bill. We can't, it's gotta get paid. Whether it comes from the water department, we can't default on it, because still, it's gonna hurt the town. If we default on a payment, it's gonna hurt all of us. We're all taxpayers, whether you're a water department or not, somebody is gonna, we want more grants coming up, right? We want more loans, we need more money, because we don't have the tax revenue. Any negative hash mark is gonna hurt all of us as a collective. So just pay the damn bill.
Which is exactly what we told the selectmen 2 weeks ago when asking for this meeting.
But the hours
They couldn't find the time to push this through, so the suggestion was, if you make the payment, then you gain another 30 days to negotiate what the water department has been asking for all along.
But it sounds like the money needs to come from the water. I understand we're hurting as a water department, we've got so much to do, and you guys have done a ton of work on it. And you guys are looking at grants coming forward, right? And you're looking at other ways to get money to come in and fix the water department, and that's awesome. Let's do that. But if we have the money to pay this bill, let's pay this bill, so the town doesn't default, it doesn't look bad on that, and that will only help us get the grants that you're looking for to fix it.
I don't disagree with you, Nate. What I'm saying is, Don, just a second. What I'm saying is, it took the water commission saying no 6 weeks ago to get to this meeting. Okay? The only leverage that the water commission had was to withhold this payment in order to have this meeting, in order to make the payment tomorrow. What the water department is looking for out of this is what's due the water department customers. The evaluation of the property, transfer of the land and the pump house so we can insure it, or at the very least, an intergovernmental agreement. Now, Sean has come to the last couple water commission meetings when this stuff has been discussed, and then never brought it up to the selectmen meeting. I've written several emails that just get ignored, because what the hell, it's just trash. This is about what the water department should gain as a result of continuing to make these payments, moving forward, intergovernmental agreement, transfer of the property if necessary, and the obligation of equity that the department should be able to receive. One second. Don, go ahead.
So, two things. First, I agree with Nate's position. The water commission is.
We can't hear you, clear, please.
I'm agreeing with Nate. I'm Don Moyer from North Road. I'm agreeing with Nate. The water commission's put the town between a rock and a hard place. This must be paid. If we default, the town pays it. It'll be disastrous for you. So the $14,000 due tomorrow, we have no choice. I'm guessing the select board would like $14,000 in discretionary funds from fire or highway or police or any of the others out there, and pay it now only because there is no choice. The water commission has put us in a really bad place. The core issue to me, I come back to Charlie, make sure I understand it. What I'm hearing is the money, you have the money, you're suddenly deciding not to do it after 19 years of paying this decision, which feels arbitrary. That'll be a follow-up question. But after 19 years of paying it, suddenly this position comes out that the water commission will no longer pay it. First question is that a unanimous decision by everyone on the water commission? Does everyone share that position?
When did you vote on it?
Well, whether it's voted or not, what I'm hearing, so yes, the water commission is all in on this thing. So, I've heard the question asked, I want to get it clarified. Is what you're taking a legal position or it's an opinion of the water commission? It's feeling like an opinion, not a legal position.
Okay. First thing in answer to your question, what has been amongst other things misstated today is the payment is not due tomorrow. Payment is not due until August 15th.
Okay, so it's imminent. 14,000 is imminent, so we have a few.
It is imminent.
We we have a few weeks to come up with.
Cash available to the water department right now, at the beginning of this year, was budgeted to other things, okay? Water department is deeper now than when it originally did its budget. And yet, we still budgeted to continue to make these payments. The only leverage we had available to get the selectmen to the negotiating table was this public hearing. Okay? And in response to anything I've said, once again, we get silence. Nothing like, we'll set up a meeting, we'll talk about it, we can do that in the next 2 weeks or anything. We get silence from the selectmen. What needs to come out of this is what the water department, customers in the water department are due them in addition to making these payments.
If anything, right? I mean, again, we're of the opinion that we're making it. So I guess where I'm headed, opinions by the water commission can be arbitrarily forced on the town. Joanne made the point that all residents should pay for village water. Well, those of us that don't have a water meter have a well. We pay $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to drill a well. Our well was struck by lightning 3 years ago. It cost me $1,500 to get my water back. So all of us have surprise bad maintenance on unexpected repairs. We have to help on the money. So the water commission, water system in the village of Hill is not an asset for all residents of Hill. It's an asset for village residents who use the water. So that's the key. I'll close, but where I'm heading in this, it feels like it's going to require a legal decision on this. It's not going to be yelling and shouting in a room like this. So my question to this